And welcome back, and it's now time to discuss the character prediction of the week. And this week we're going to be doing something a little special, uh, for a couple reasons. Since not only do we have a couple guests appearing this week, but also Sakurai made a huge announcement that a brand new character is going to be revealed Monday morning. It's not going to be a returning character getting confirmed. It is a straight up all new character getting announced. And I thought we'd go around spectating who we think is going to appear and who we'd just like to see appear. So, Ken, why don't we start with you?
Well, my pick of who I think it's going to be is got to be Shulk. He is the main protagonist from Xenoblade Chronicles, and before anyone says it's not a Nintendo character, it is made by a second-party developer, same as the Advance Wars and Fire Emblem series, so he's just as Nintendo as Marth is. So I think it is Shulk because not the Gematsu League that we got back, that came out a while back, had Shulk on their list, and every character we've had since then, Palutena, Pac-Man, me, has been right on the money with that league.
And except for Rosalina.
I think the league was after Rosalina, but it's been really close. But not only that, but this announcement came on Friday, and after it was announced on not only Memeverse but also Twitter, the Xenoblade Chronicles developer retweeted the tweet of this character announcement. Not it's just a retweet, no new information, but it's very interesting that the developer would retweet this tweet if they had nothing to do with it. So I definitely think there's something to do with it, and I definitely think it'll be Shulk.
Pretty firm reasoning.
Now, for my character that I'd like to see, it would never happen, but I'd like to see Klonoa, a Namco character. He is very interesting to me because he's primarily about grabbing enemies and throwing them. I think a character about throwing things would be cool. Will it happen? No, but I'd like to see it someday.
He might have a bit of a chance. After all, Namco Bandai is co-developing the game, and if there's any third party that's going to get more than just one representative on the roster, it would be them.
And I think if it could be any second character, it would probably be Klonoa. But we'll see.
Alright, Dan, what do you think?
Well, based upon the evidence that Ken has given for Shulk, I would say all the leads point to him being the character reveal. I mean, the evidence is all there. I don't really have anything to dispute it with, but just to be different, I say that the character to be revealed based upon popular opinion at the moment that I've been seeing through all the comments would probably be Ridley from Metroid, or Chrom, or Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening. This is just based solely on popular opinion that I've seen at the moment. Of course, it's the same popular opinion that still want Mewtwo back. And, unless we see a trophy of Mewtwo, it's still up in the air whether he's in or not.
True. The Ridley debate is certainly a long and twisted one.
Yeah.
So, I think he still might have a chance. Sakurai has played very coy with the idea of Ridley appearing, and he's played so coy it's either a case of him being a massive troll and just intentionally tormenting all of the fans who want to see Ridley as a playable character, or he's just uh, building up the idea before the eventual reveal.
Oh, you tease.
That's
Well,
Sakurai.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
yeah, my personal, I think Rick will be a boss character in one of the stages, but that's just my take on it.
Mhm. They did hint at that, but again, it's Sakurai. He has
It's gonna be
been known to like play around with expectations.
Now, as for a character that I would want to appear in Smash, I would have to put my money on Sully from Fire Emblem Awakening. She is a horse-mounted unit, so she would be significantly taller than even Rosalina in terms of height-wise, because she's riding on a mount. And plus, because she's riding on a horse, I think it would add a certain unique element to her fighting style. Maybe she's not that good in the vertical drum jumping, but maybe the horizontal jumping she would be superb at. As well as being a lance wielder, she'd also have that additional range to her as well.
So kind of like a larger iteration of what Little Mac does. Like
Exactly.
terror on the ground, but in the air, pretty much useless.
And what's also neat about the Sully idea is that this is the first fighting game to incorporate a horseback fighter. In fact, I was looking this up yesterday. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All Star Battle features two characters that fight on horseback.
Hmm. That's true, although I've also heard that game isn't the most well balanced out there, so that might not be the best example to look towards.
Hey, it's still fun as all get out.
I think it's an interesting idea. I don't think it would ever happen, but I do think it's an interesting idea.
Well, as for my prediction, I do think the Shulk reveal holds a lot of weight, but prior to that, if I were a betting man, I would say either Dixie Kong or whoever is going to end up representing Fire Emblem Awakening on the roster would end up being revealed.
Probably end up being Chrome.
It probably will be Crom, but I really don't want it to be Crom. I really don't want him on the roster. If only because we already have so many Swordsman's characters on the roster. We've got Link, Toon Link, Marth, and Ike. And also because the Fire Emblem series has only had swordsmen to represent it when there are so many other character classes that could potentially be represented in the game.
Mage
Like,
classes, the rogue classes, the knight classes.
The main protagonist is usually a swordsman. That's the thing.
true, but still, I would like to see more diversity to show more of what the Fire Emblem series is capable of. And it would also be a great bit of diversity for Smash to get a character who's very different from everyone we've already got. Someone who brings in a whole new weapon style.
If
Right.
we're going based on popular opinion and not a swordsman from Fire Emblem Awakening, the most popular character would probably go to Tharja, the Dark Mage.
Yeah, and that's one character I would certainly like to see. Like, her spell powers could kind of work like Zelda does a bit, just with a different variety of special moves based more on the spells used in the Fire Emblem games. And she would be a very different kind of personality for the games. Like, she's not exactly a villain, but she's certainly the bad girl of the team in Fire Emblem Awakening.
She's not exactly balanced. he might have a few screws loose.
Oh, mentally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or not mentally, morally. That's the better word.
Yeah, so if instead of Crom I could see someone like Tharja or Sully, or maybe even someone like Kellum on the roster. Although I think Kellum might be better suited as an assist trophy.
Yeah, like, who helped me? I'm right here.
uh, but yeah, like, I just really don't want another swordsman on the roster. I don't see anything he could add. Like, maybe I'd be willing to change my tone if they reveal him and he has something beyond my imagination and he proves to be just as unique a fighter as characters we've already gotten revealed like Mega Man and Rosalina and Little Mac.
Right.
Then if they are able to pull something together that's really interesting for him, then I'll be okay with it. If he just ends up being like, well, we took some moves from Moth and some moves from Ike, and we put them together, and presto, we were able to make a Crom in about a week, then I don't want him.
Yeah, if they were gonna do Crom, they would have to make him an entirely different fighter from Marth and Ike and Link. Like, Link has the diversity of his different sub weapons, his arrows, his bombs, boomerangs. Ike is the power fighter. He is more for the stronger hits, while being a little bit slower. And Marth being the quick hitter, but doing better at a slight distance. So Crom would have to have an entirely different battle style from those three. And Meta Knight, if Meta Knight gets confirmed or not.
Which, you know, he will.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fight me.
Now, as for just random out there character that I would love to see confirmed, I know we're probably not going to get any new Pokemon revealed because we've already got so many already on the roster and so many more returning Pokemon possibly waiting to make a comeback. So,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
but if I could add one more brand new Pokemon, I would go for Heracross. I, I just think he would work really well in the Smash games, and he'd be a pretty good representative for the Pokemon series, given that the franchise's origin is based on the hobby of beetle collecting and beetle wrestling.
I
And
think it'd be a very interesting Pokemon to have in the game. He just got any Mega Evolution. He's reasonably popular because Ash had one in the series. So, yeah, probably show the bug some more love.
Show the bug some love. Hey, you know what? I can't think of any Pokeball Pokemon that were bug types.
there was a Spupa.
And in the original game, there was Beedrill.
Oh, okay.
And Scizor was one in Melee.
Right.
Okay, well, I think that's about wraps it up. Unless either of you have any parting thoughts you'd like to share.
I only have one parting thought.
And
What is that pixelated fairy stage?
oh, that's Pac-Land.
That's Pac-Land?
Yeah, that's Pac-Man's stage based on old arcade platformer that he starred in.
God,
Yeah.
so up
Yep.
Yeah, though, back in the day, it looks really good. That was,
Right.
I think that predates Super Mario for the NES.
Yeah, I think it does.
So yeah, back then, it doesn't look half bad.
Yeah.
Back then, that was crisis level stuff.
Back then, that was Deus Ex level stuff.
Gen 2 console wars were decided by Can It Run Pac-Land.
Oh gosh, no. I really don't have anything to say. Just thank you, Nick, for giving me the opportunity to talk about Smash for a bit.
Yeah, let's do this again.
All right, thank you both for joining me this week. Hopefully, I can have you back on for next week to discuss whoever ends up getting revealed and all of the other updates we get. So, thanks for joining us this week, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.